We're at 2942 Westridge Avenue, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. Going through the clean out in the stack in the rear right of the basement if you're facing the house. We're going to try to push all the way out to the main. We're looking for any kind of structural issues, root intrusion, stuff like that, anything that may be an issue going forward. And so the stuff above ground, I expect that while we're inside the house, it'll be cast iron, and then once we exit the house, it'll turn to clay. And but we'll make any necessary notes as we go. Okay, so what we found there is it looks like we are all the way out to the main already. I am going to get a locate to verify that, but because it seems like I'm only out 50 feet, that seems a little short. Could be up in the front yard. I did not get a map from MSD on this one. Usually that's not a necessary thing, but what I'm going to do is go check to see, because I just switched over to clay, so it could be cast iron out and then clay once it gets outside. But it also could be clay on the property, or I mean cast iron all the way out, you know, on the property, and once it reaches the main it switches to clay. So again, I'm going to pause here and go get a locate. Okay, so this is the sewer main. It actually runs from, there's a manhole in front of the house in between the catch basins in the middle of the street. And there's a line that comes between the left of the house and the apartment building to the left. There's a main that runs right through the side yard. And so the lateral goes through the basement floor, and then basically once it gets outside it dumps straight into the main, which is good news for the homeowner because they don't have a whole lot to maintenance. If there was an issue in that side yard at all, that would all be MSD's property and they'd be responsible for repairing that. So everything looked good. It all looked structurally sound and normal for a house this age. So it did turn to clay once it got outside of the house there, but immediately went into that main a couple feet off the house. So you only have, gosh, I don't even know if you have 10 feet of pipe of clay before it, after it exits the house here, which is what it just did. It goes out and then it just goes straight into the main. There was some water, a little bit of steaming water in the cast iron in the house, which is again is relatively normal. It's just when they don't, the minimum amount of pitch is about 1/8 of an inch per foot that they have to have on this on the sanitary lines, and a lot of times in the house it stays pretty flat. And so a little bit of water there, but nothing of any concern. The camera lens is only about maybe 1/2 an inch off the bottom of the pipe, and the diameter of the pipe is about 4 inches. So, 1/4 to 1/2 inch of water, because it never is actually covering the lens, so it's about 1/4 inch of water in the bottom of that pipe is normal. The lens is getting covered here because stuff is dripping off the tip of the lens because it's vertical. But the line was in really good shape. I didn't see any reason for concern there. And again, it was a really short run. So that's going to end the inspection here at 2942 Westridge Avenue.